Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a comparison slash detailed look at the DC collectibles Armored Batman. And here are all three of them. The one on the left is the Mafex Armored Batman, and the middle is the Mezco, and the one on the right is the DC collectibles. Alright, so let's start off with the DC collectibles figure. And accessories wise, it comes with a translucent base with an articulated arm, and then 4 extra hands, and the grenade launcher. Now this is their premium line, so it costs a bit more. I believe this thing it's about somewhere close to about $50 or so. And here's the figure, and it has a cloth cape. Unlike all the other DC collectibles figures, usually they come with a rubber cape, but this one it actually comes with a cloth cape with wires running on the edges. And one thing I don't like about this cape is how long it is, and it doesn't flow very well. And here's a closer look at it. And this Batman has a light up feature, and the button is actually at the domino section right here. And once you press it, the eyes light up, and it lights up for about 30 to 45 seconds, and then it shuts off by itself, which is nice. It saves batteries. Yeah, I kind of find that option, that feature quite nice. I'm very happy with that feature. See how it shuts off by itself, which is awesome. And another thing I am not too sure about, it's if you tilt him up a little bit, you can see he has an exposed chin. In the film, I don't remember seeing an exposed chin underneath his head, his helmet, so most likely I will paint that over with black. But still, a really good looking figure. As far as articulation, it has a ball jointed head, but it's very limited because of the helmet. And then the shoulders, you can see the shoulder pad is actually attached to the arm, so it doesn't impede with the articulation. So he could rotate 360 without any issues whatsoever when it comes to the shoulder pad here. And looks to be on a ball hinge. And then there's a bicep swivel. And here you can see the elbow can bend way more than 90 degrees, which is awesome because it's double jointed. And then we have a ball hinge wrist. And as for the chest, it's very tight fitting, so you can only do a little swivel articulation. And then as for the hips, here you can see the legs can be lowered, and they are on a ball joint, so it gives them quite a big range of motion. See the side and the other side is lowered. And then as for the knees, they are double jointed knees, and it gives you way more than 90 degrees and ball hinge ankles. So as far as articulation, he is great, a lot better than some of the other versions of Armored Batman that we have out on the market right now. And you can see great range of motion. Look at those arms. The shoulder pads helps a lot when it's attached to the arms instead of the instead of the chest piece. And one thing, yeah, a wired cape. The only thing I don't like is that it's too long. And here's the back side of the figure, and here's where the batteries are housed. You just need to unscrew it with the screwdriver, and you should be able to replace them if need be. And as for the hands, you have 2 gesture hands and then 2 gripping hands, and it doesn't really hold the weapon properly. It doesn't hold it tight, so it tends to fall off quite easily, which I find very annoying. That's about all the accessories that this Batman comes with, other than the translucent base. So here are all three Batman standing side by side, and you could clearly see the DC Collectibles one. It's a lot taller than the rest of the other two. The Mayfax and the Mezco are pretty much the same height, but here you can see the DC Collectibles is almost a head taller than the rest of these. And as for value-wise, which one's the best? I would say right now, I'm leaning more towards the DC Collectibles because of the proportion. Yes, one thing I didn't like was the cape, and not sure whether I'm gonna mod that or not. But this one from Mezco is nice, but it costs a lot more. It's I believe this was 100 or 110, but it does come with a lot more accessories. You got all the grenade launcher, and then a couple of grenades, and then a bunch of hands, and also comes with the what is that? The kryptonite spear. And the Mayfax one comes with very minimal as far as accessories, and the cape, it's really poor looking. It's just not well made, and the material looks very, very cheap. And this one, the Mayfax, I mean the Mezco one, it comes with a really large cape, which I end up switching out. Made my own cape for him, so it looks a little thinner and flows a little bit better. But another thing I didn't like about the Mezco one, these shoulder pads, they are basically attached to the bicep section, that bicep piece, and it doesn't sit nicely, tightly across the shoulders, because you could even clearly see how it kind of flares out, so it makes them look kind of disproportionate. But the best one looking, I believe it is the DC Collectibles. And as far as range of motion, I believe he has the best range of motion. The Mezco one is very close second, and the Mayfax one I believe is third, because the shoulder pads are attached to the chest piece instead of what DC Collectibles did, where they are attached to the arms. And here's the app crunch. The Mayfax one got the best app crunch, because both the waist and the chest area, they both have pretty good range. The Mezco one, it's a little bit limited, while the DC Collectibles, barely anything. There's nothing. So again, best bet to go with the DC Collectibles, and then if you have the cash, maybe go with the Mezco. And I wouldn't suggest the Mayfax anymore, since I have all three of these. My best bang for your buck would be the DC Collectibles. So there you go. These are the three Batmans from DC Collectibles, Mayfax, DC Collectibles on the right, Mezco in the middle, and Mayfax on the right. Thanks for watching.